It's the NFL on EA Sports, and tonight's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Niners and the Titans, next on Madden NFL 22.
All in all, we have a pretty pleasant December day in the Volunteer State. The chilly rain from last night has moved on. The temps have bumped up a bit here at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin alongside, as always, my partner Charles Davis. And CD, in the few moments here before kickoff, let's give these folks at home a look at these two offenses by the numbers. What stands out to you?
Brandon, I just continue to be amazed by the analytics of the game, and it's an area where I continue to concentrate and study because I'm still trying to figure out how coaches and coordinators can really crunch the numbers and find where exactly on the field the defense is vulnerable. It's the game within the game. And if you really dive into it, it can be endlessly fascinating.
Veteran kicker Robbie Gould set to get us started. And off we go from Nashville. Fields this way up at the 17. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now come the Titans for their first possession, led by Ryan Tannehill in his 10th NFL season and third with Tennessee.
And the former Miami Dolphin had a career renaissance in 2019 with Tennessee and carried it over into 2020. A career-high 32 touchdowns, just 7 interceptions, and those were the fewest he's thrown in a full season. And speaking of full seasons, he played all 16 games for the first time since 2015. He's got to be excited about 2021.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The first carry for Jeremy McNichols. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Tannehill. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Tannehill now to throw.
And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
The 49er offense coming out here for the first time, led by their quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo, 5th season with the 49ers, 8th overall in the National Football League.
And Jimmy Garoppolo has shown that he can be a Super Bowl quarterback, but his biggest problem, his ability to stay healthy and remain on the field. When able, he's a capable quarterback prone to winning games both in the regular and postseason.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Credit the sack there to Harold Landry.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they get after them early.
Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34.
Let's go!
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, 49ers.
Elijah Mitchell.
66 yards. And the Niners have taken the early lead.
Well, we have seen some rookie running backs come in and have a big impact year one, and this guy would certainly fit that bill, as that was one heck of a run there.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big playability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
Yeah, you'll see there on the next-gen stats, he traveled nearly 80 yards on that run.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start on the ground with McNichols. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On the ground, this is McNichols. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
50 seconds. Mike, 50 seconds.
On the delay, McNichols. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's Brett Kern now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this up into the Nashville skyline, and it's a good one. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Here we go.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And he'll take this up to about the 7- or 8-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Probably a bit of a surprise call there on first down, but how about a tone setter for the drive? Picking up nice yardage with the big man setting the tone physically.
4 yards remain for second down.
To throw, it's Garoppolo.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Here we go now. Here we go.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Garoppolo now.
That ball caught Brandon Ayuk.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got some space here. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
78 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in his first half.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now left side on the swing pass, and he'll get it down here to the 43. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here we go. 80! Mike, 55 hot!
Jet sweep. Garoppolo taps it forward. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Garoppolo. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. They'll go McNichols to start the drive. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle.
Fred Warner, first-time All-Pro in 2020, in on the stop defensively. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios.
And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And this is going to be 49er football. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of the quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. Looking sideline, incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Garoppolo. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And Gold is able to put it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now let's discuss Julio Jones. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far this game. Tannehill on first down. His throw incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Got his man, that's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
2nd and 10. Tannehill throwing again. Man open, that's Chester Rogers. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Keeps himself upright. Now he steps away, and he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go. Check. Watch 54. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Looking to throw again on second down. Tannehill finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to lead to a third down. Titans moving quickly here. They're in the hurry-up. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
Right there. 54. Right there.
Here's Tannehill. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Niners in that first half. And despite the big lead, they really did next to nothing throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage. We'll see how aggressive they want to be going forward.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando. As we welcome everyone back in,
They will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
fields this way up at the 17. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Garoppolo.
They'll find Ayuk open right side.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the 3rd.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
3rd quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Tannehill.
That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it.
They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled.
Looked like a pretty smart decision that time to keep the football by the quarterback.
It was, because you saw how the runner got swarmed. So you got to pull the ball from his arms, keep it yourself, and get what you can. And the most underrated player on this play is the running back, because even if he doesn't have the ball, he has to act like he does in order to attract the defense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's McNichols, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Second and 11 now.
Again, it's McNichols as they stay on the ground. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
There's the stiff arm. Caught by Jones. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. Now the ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Titans. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Here's McNichols. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Tannehill. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Back to throw, Tannehill. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones.
And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Tannehill now to throw.
He's got the tight end Ferkser right side complete.
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Watch the run, let's go. 57.
On the run, it's McNichols. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you've got to match that aggressiveness. No points so far in this game. Moving the football, got to be that way.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Eric Armstead with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense. 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Bullock will put this one through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw is Garoppolo.
Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. To throw is Garoppolo. That's complete to Dwelly, his tight end. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Mitchell. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. So here we go, Charles. 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Down to a knee goes Garoppolo, and that ought to do it.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium. That certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like open up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.